started calling myself an artist fairly recently. And I think it's probably because at this point I feel like I've done a lot. And it took me this long to really get used to what I was doing and why I was doing it. What does my glasswork look like now? It's gotten more complicated because I've learned to cut shapes that I couldn't necessarily cut when I was starting out, but my style in glass has always been much more free-form. I don't really do any rigid kind of design. But in terms of how it's changed, it probably has not changed much. It's still very playful, I think. I try to achieve that. I used to show all the media that I work in, sometimes in the same show. Stained glass and drawings and maybe some watercolors. But trying to exhibit multimedia was very difficult because you realize that stained glass deals with transmitted light and painting or drawing deals with reflected light. So having both in the exhibit was problematic. And obviously I quit doing that for that reason, and now I only show paintings or works on paper. And probably have been doing that for the last 25 years or so. When I approach a painting and I'm thinking about color, the color choices that I make are different than the color choices that I make when I approach a stained glass design. Color always reacts to its environment, and so any color that's surrounded by another color is going to be affected or will affect that color. It's just much more obvious in glass. When I first joined the Baton Rouge Gallery, things were quite different. There was no application process. We were actually invited to become members. And the way that they kind of vetted us was to invite us to the Christmas show. And in that group show, they would invite local artists to show with them. And then that was how they judged whether we were worthy or not. So I was invited to be in that show, and then they invited me to become a member. The major growths in the gallery since I've been there in 50 years have been marked in various ways. Certainly, changing location has been major, and bringing on the board is another growth spurt that we had. And now we have such a great board of directors and wonderful staff who really promote the gallery and promote the arts. When we first got City Park, we didn't have much traffic, and now you can't find a parking place. Now we have a wider audience and a much wider support. So I think that finally people get it. They realize that this is a great organization and they're willing to support. I certainly believe in the gallery. I'm happy with the opportunities I've had there. I've been involved in every committee that there could possibly ever be, and I feel really very proud that I've been there that long to see the changes and help build what we have.